Hello, Inovians. In the last month, Inovio stock has fallen 21%. In the last 6 months, from high to low, we have fallen 63%. But it gets worse. In the last 12 months, high to low, we have fallen 73%. But wait, since the highs recorded right at the onset of COVID and the COVID crash, we have fallen high to low of 91%. Holy cow. So, trading at sub $2.66 today. Is there any light forthcoming? And why am I still bullish on the fundamentals? We could potentially be in the beginnings of a mega market meltdown. But why am I actually hoping this will happen? For Inovio's sake and for a retail investor's sake. Know this, when there is max fear in the markets, those who buy in always end up winning, and potentially winning big when the market reverses to all-time highs, which has in history always proven to be the case. Stay tuned for a quick drill into Inovio and more. Keep it simple. Well, to say the stock price of Inovio has cratered from its COVID highs of $29 is a huge understatement. There are many factors continuing to drive Inovio's stock price down here, and the wider market meltdown is clearly one of the main reasons. Just look at this 1 month heat map. It's just totally unholy. First, Inovio still has no phase 3 approval for their COVID-19 vaccine candidate, INO 4800, despite being 2 years into COVID itself. And then there was the targeted attacks on Inovio, such as the DoD sudden funding pullout and the suspicious 1-year FDA hold on the Selectra device. As disappointing as these pastimes may be for us investors, well, certainly for me, there is the promise that when they do get an approval, then the trajectory of the stock could be in the realm of what happened to Novavax that blew up over 2,700% within a year. And there are technical similarities between the two to consider. 1. Both have high institutional ownership of 40% plus, and both have significant short interest on the stock, with Inovio over 20% right now. Clearly, the difference is an approved and commercialized vaccine. So when this gap is closed, hopefully within this year or early next, pending the commercialization of either VGX3100 or INO 4800, then riddle me this. What are the chances Inovio trades at even, say, sub $10? Inovio has maintained their almost radio silent approach to all matters since the end of last year, with the exception of this. On April 26th, they announced that the earnings call for Q1 2022 will be held on May the 10th, which is next Monday. This will be held after the market close, and they state they will provide a general business update. General. So, for me, that means no fireworks just yet, given the market sentiment where we are potentially in the beginnings of a historical market meltdown. Yes, just when you thought it can't get any worse, right? Well, it could mean that any negative news, such as failures in their trials or poor data or further delays to the pipeline, could send the stock even lower. This earnings call, Dr. Kim and the team need to tread very, very carefully. In fact, anything other than a reconfirmation of the previous projected timeline for INO 4800 and VGX3100, in my view, will send the stock to new lows. Is that a bad thing? Well, if you continue to believe in the tech and the company, then no, and here's why. If you invested at a higher price, then you can continue to lower your average cost. Well, that's what they all say, right? I had risked all I assigned to this play already, and if my DD is still the same, it means I don't plan to average down any further, as my price target gives me enough return on invested capital if, and that's a big if it happens. Even the best investors out there don't get every stock or company pick right, but if you truly believe in it, then as an investor, you just have to put your balls on the line.
Big opportunities in life have to be seized. We don't do very many things, but when we get the chance to do something that's right and big, we've got to do it. And even to do it in a small scale is just as big a mistake almost as not doing it at all. I mean, you've really got to grab them when they come, because you're not going to get 500 great opportunities. E-I-E-I-O.
With a short interest of over 20%, Inovio is one of the most heavily shorted companies out there, and no, none of the shorts have covered. With the market meltdown and the coming liquidity squeeze, the hedge funds and even institutions are going to have to close various positions to raise capital. Why? Well, even the DTCC ruling for haircuts plays into this without going full on into the small print. And to put it very simply, when some of these highly leveraged funds have to start laying out the cash, it means they need to close positions, short or long. There is potentially here an event that could finally be the trigger to squeeze Inovio stock price back to fundamental level at the very least. Look at how low the trading volumes of the stock has been. You factor that into the high institutional ownership of the stock, meaning we are seemingly at a stalemate waiting for that one catalyst. And I think that is where these Wall Street analysts are also banking on when they have a consensus price target of $12.40, meaning a 300% upside.
I'm jacked.
I'm jacked to the tits!
Good. But it is the dark pool trading which has gone into hyperdrive, and as recorded on Fintel, the short volume ratio ballooned to 76% in Thursday's dark pool trading. Holy, clearly there is something so big and so wrong going on that when the can is opened, we as long-term investors could see our stock price climax like never before. Mark my words, the shorts shorting Inovio are literally being squeezed right now by the rate hikes. And are there actually any retail investors selling their shares? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. To summarize, this has been a quick fire drill, and the run up to the coming earnings is one that, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to for once, but this may well turn out good. Seriously, if Kim doesn't pull out any stops, it won't be surprising, but what he and the team need to do sooner rather than later is to confirm the date these freaking trials will conclude. Give us an update on the Innovate and when it will complete, and the whole picture will be much clearer. Of course, I believe there are factors in this that are beyond their control, but this radio silence is doing us investors not a lot of good for confidence building. Let's hope I am wrong and they deliver a blockbuster earnings call. We are trading right now at close to a 5-year low on the stock price. Think about that, and think about where Inovio was 5 years ago and where we are right now. We are so close to finally getting a first product commercialized, and it could be a double whammy at the same time. I believe we are now in the penultimate stage to the beginning of the DNA medicines era, and when we do, pure fundamental value alone will be making us Inovians very, very strong returns. But the ride is not gonna be plain sailing. Thanks for watching, and please note I'm extremely bullish on Inovio long term, so please take this drill with precaution and always do your own DD. If you found this video informative, then do me a simple favor, like, share and subscribe, and we'll simply see you in the next one.